And I'm really proud, as I stand here today, that this fight has come together. Because I was trained as a lawyer, and I went to the best law school in the country. And I graduated from law school in the 50s and became part of the Justice Department of the United States under President John F. Kennedy. And the one thing I can't tolerate is injustice, particularly in this country. Because throughout this long ordeal, certain things became evident. One, Antonio Margarito did not know that those hand wraps were illegal, and there was something bad in those wraps. Not one shred of proof. Some writers talk about, well, he got off because there wasn't clear and convincing evidence. Bullshit. There wasn't one shred of evidence. And indeed at the hearing, inspectors from the California Commission, who have since been fired by that august body, testified and gave affidavits that observing him with his hands being wrapped, they were willing to testify that he did not know. And then there were the writers, not all of them, some of them. Well, they said, he must have known. A careful writer like Tom Hauser, who's also a law school graduate, interviewed 5 trainers, 5 independent trainers. Freddie Roach, Emanuel Stewart, Dan Birmingham, Pat Burns, and Hassim Richardson, Mosley's trainer, all of whom said we could put a bad pad in hand wraps and the fighter would never know. Aha, said the writers. But a fighter, an experienced fighter, would know that the hand wraps are bad. How? Maybe, I'm not a fighter, if they put gloves on and started hitting the pads, they can see something was wrong. But that didn't happen in this case. These bad inserts were discovered while the wrapping was still going on. So he had no opportunity to test them out. Look, there is still justice in this country. And I don't care what minority you come from, you're entitled to the highest level of justice. Evidence is what convicts. Lack of evidence means that there shouldn't have been any penalty in the first place. There was a revocation. He served his time. And thank God the people in the Texas Boxing Commission who reviewed all the testimony and so forth came to the same conclusion. Because that's America. Evidence determines guilt or innocence. And there was not one shred of evidence that Antonio Margarito knew anything about the hand wrap. So I am very pleased, Antonio, that we waged this fight with you shoulder to shoulder, because we finally brought about justice. And you will fight on November 13th, the fight of your life, and I'm sure you're going to come well prepared and give a great account of yourself, because you've always done that in the years that we've promoted you.